Alright everyone, this is another SimCity 2000 scenario walkthrough. And this should be a short video today because I'm going to be demonstrating the Davenport scenario. Davenport, the mighty Mississippi is too big for its britches. Fill sandbags and mop up the mess. You may get your feet wet. In 1993, heavy rains that lasted weeks sent much runoff into the Mississippi River. As the water ran down to the Gulf of Mexico, it built up so much that in some places it was 50 feet above normal. Fill sandbags, mop up the mess, and build your city to a population level of 118,000 in 5 years to win. Let's go. Alright, so we don't have long. We only have 5 years to complete this scenario. But first, we get to witness a major flood. And as you can see, the flood has taken out all of our coal power plants that were on Rock Island. And there's nothing we can do but let the floodwaters recede. Yes. After some time, the flooding has ceased, and greasy creeks rising. So, right off the bat, before I close the newspaper window, we can see that there's a message, industry needs connections. So that's the very first thing we're going to do. But first, we pause the game and turn off disasters. Purpose of this video is to show you how to complete the scenario, and disasters only get in the way. So I'm going to build a connection here, since this highway is missing one. And now, we're going to have to replace these power plants, but with what? We only have 18,400 in funds at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a loan, and this will be the only loan that I take out during this scenario. And as you can see, we're projected to make a pretty tidy profit at the end of the year. But I do want to increase taxes at least somewhat. And of course, crime is at an all-time low, so we can make some cuts to the police budget. But I'm going to leave everything else at 100%. Now, while we're still paused, let's build some power plant, and I think I'm going to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to build a microwave power plant. With a microwave power plant, you get 3 times the wattage as a nuclear plant at less than twice the price. And we have just enough money to afford it. Now, with the remaining funds that we have, I'm just gonna connect these water pumps and this one here. And these ones look fine. But I also want to build a wire crossing just across the river like that. Now, in this playthrough, we actually didn't get hit too bad by the flooding. In my practice run, this whole shore, this riverbank, was all destroyed. but it looks to be untouched in this playthrough, so your results may vary. Let's start the simulation, and we'll go forward a few months just to see if anything else pops up in the message box. Yes, water shortage reported. That's going to be the next order of business. So let's rebuild some of the pumps that were lost. And I can already see where they were previously. And of course, we ran out of money, so I'm going to wait until 1994. So let's take a look back and think about the year 1994 in sports. So let's see, there was a strike in Major League Baseball. I think the Houston Rockets won their first of two championships. And I want to say the Montreal Canadiens won the Stanley Cup that year. It was either the Habs or the LA Kings with Gretzky. That's just off the top of my head. Feel free to leave a comment if I'm wrong, correcting me. So yes, we have plenty of money at the end of 1993, going into 94. Now let's just take a quick look at what our advisors are saying. And it looks like we need more fire departments and schools, so we'll keep that in mind. And I saw that we're still getting industry needs connections popping up, so let's take a look and see if there are any roads which we could connect to the outside world. I think I'll connect this road here. All right. Now that we have just under $7,000, and we have a population goal to reach in less than 5 years. So I already see an island here, Rock Island, that has a road layout but no zones, so we're gonna change that. And I'm just gonna lay out a few more roads just to make sure that our roads are going to all the zones that I'm gonna lay down. And I'm gonna make a mixture of residential and commercial zones. And let's see, we'll build some more over here. And I'm being very meticulous with the density because I don't want to waste dense zones on pockets of land that can't develop dense zones. So on 1x1 tiles of land, there's no point of laying down dense zones that cost twice as much. So that's why I'm being very particular with the density. And I know I looked at a few scenario guides, and yes, there are guides for this game out there on the internet, and usually it says take out a bunch of loans and terraform and level a bunch of terrain, But that's expensive. We're not going to do that. And plus, taking out a bunch of loans, that kind of defeats the purpose of the challenge. So we're going to do this the way it was intended. So I'm going to put some industrial in the middle of this area here. And we'll put some more waterfront residential. And up to about there. Change that to dense. And, okay, let's see. Over here as well. Do the same thing. Bunch of dense residential. And that's about as far as I'll go, because I don't want to go too close to the water treatment plants. Because if you've ever driven past a water treatment plant, they can smell pretty funky, so we're not going to zone any residential nearby. But I'm going to complete the water pumps, replacing the water pumps that we lost, now that I have a little bit of extra change. And we have some more room on this side of the rock island, so I'm going to continue to zone. And I like building waterfront parks, so we'll build a few of those. Alright, that should do it. Mix in a little bit of commercial here. And of course, gotta make sure everything is powered. And I'm gonna have to get rid of that park because I need a building here that can carry power. There we go. Alright, so looks like I have a bit more land over here, so we're going to use it. And of course, mixing in pockets of commercial always helps these areas to develop, even when it's 2 tiles of commercial, just like that. Do something like this just to make sure that I'm not more than 3 tiles away from my roads. Alright. That should do nicely. We'll get rid of a bit of this rubble. And I think we're good to unpause the simulation. And of course, we're going to need some water pipes, so I'm just going to lay down a real basic water grid just to touch all the zones that will need it. And it's always easier to see once the zone starts developing. You can see the dark underground areas which need to be connected to water. So even if I don't hit all the zones now, I can definitely come back to this a little bit later on. Alright, that should do it. Industry needs connections. So I'm going to build another connection, road connection, just because I want to clear the messages so I can see what's next. So I'll build a road connection here. Otherwise, I won't be able to see if there's another message that's due to pop up. So we'll give that a few months just to go away. Let's see if it does go away. And already, Rock Island is starting to take shape. Kind of surprised that it's still asking me to build more connections. Oh, there it goes. Now it changed. Okay, so we don't have much money left over, but we do need to continue zoning because time is of the essence. So I'm going to continue with this waterfront area on this side of the highway. So we'll make use of whatever land we can, and waterfront land is always desirable. So we'll build a bit of a commercial buffer just in between the residential and industrial like that. Of course, waterfront parks are always a nice thing to have. And you may recall when I looked at the budget screen last, we did need a school and a fire department. So let's, since we're building a new neighborhood here, let's put down a school. And I want to build it here. And we'll continue with residential and small pockets of commercial. Just going to extend that road a bit so I can put another 3 tiles of residential. And I'm also going to extend this road. And we're going to do something like that, because it looks cool. And we'll fill in the rest of these one single tiles with light residential. And we'll fill in what we can here with dense. It doesn't look like I have enough space. Sometimes it's a bit hard to gauge where you can build next to highways. And now we restart the simulation and we wait until the next budget year because we are down to our last dollar. Yeah, it's still saying industry needs connections, so I wonder how many more road connections I need to build. Let's speed things up a little bit. And we can see our new neighborhood is developing. So that's good. And as well, Rock Island seems to be developing quite nicely. Alright, so we're up to just under $6,000. And I do want to take a look at the industrial tax rate. And I'll lower it to 7% just because I see the demand is leveling off a bit. So we'll decrease taxes just to encourage demand. And it looks like we're still in need of connections, fire departments, and schools. So we'll build a connection there. And let's finish what we started here. This can be a dense zone, and so can that. And we'll put a bit of light commercial here, and light residential there. Okay, and let's see. I do want to rezone this, so we'll get rid of this and rezone this block to dense commercial. And we'll zone the rest of the waterfront here and the city limits with residential. Now, the last area I'm going to focus on is this this border. You can see there's a lot of unused land here, perfect for developing some more residential. So I'm just going to build a road that goes just along the border here. And I'm going to start to zone all the empty space. And of course, it's always a good opportunity to check on our underground water grid and make sure water is going where it needs to go. Thankfully, the grid in this scenario is pretty robust, so you only need to make some minor improvements, but as you can see, things are looking pretty good. Now I do want to take a look at our population. We're at 108,000, so just under 10,000 to go. And I'm going to just zone this this area pretty indiscriminately, just like that. Make sure there's power where needed. And we'll zone a little pocket of commercial here. Fill it in with some residential. Just like that. And yeah, that's pretty much this scenario. Now I do want to make this industry needs connections message go away. It's kind of bothering me. So we'll see, where do we need a connection next? Let's build one here. It's not cheap. $1,000. It's pretty expensive just to build a road that connects to the outside. taking a look at our population, we're almost at 109,000. There it is. Now we're at 109,580. And with whatever money I have remaining, I'm going to continue doing the same thing that I've been doing. And let's speed things up a bit so we can get to the end of the year so that I can continue zoning. A new message, water shortage reported. Yes, we're going to need some more water pumps. So as soon as I get more money, that's the first thing I'm going to build. Just watching our population grow. And it looks like we're up to 109,000. All right, so let's take a look at our advisors. Yada yada, need more schools. Okay. Now let's build some more water pumps, and we'll build some just by the river here. Plenty of fresh water in this scenario, so shouldn't be an issue. And I did see that we need a fire department, so let's build one here. While we're at it. And let's get rid of the rest of this room. Careful not to bulldoze our microwave power plant, because that would be one expensive bulldozer. And there's no undo button in this game, unless you save. Alright, back to what we were doing before. We'll just continue along this border. Continue laying down dense residential. Industry needs connections. What else is new? I'll build a connection here. And we'll continue to zone this side of the city. Let's build a big commercial development here. And some light industrial, because why not? Alright, and the rest of this will be dense residential. So I think that should be enough zones. If I take a look at the population, we're up to just about 112,000. 112,540. And yeah, this waterfront area is still developing, so the population should continue to increase. And let's build some more commercial here, just to fill in the little pockets that are left. And how's our island looking? Oh wow, I forgot to power this. There we go, that's better. Let's build another commercial development here. And let's take a look at how things are looking underground. And not too shabby. Taking a look at our population, we're up to 114,000, and we just have around 2 years to go, so we gotta act fast. And once the budget screen pops up, I know just the thing that's going to give us that final push that we need. So let's take a look at our taxes. And I'm going to lower everything to 0%. Yes, that's right. 0% taxes. Okay. Let's build another school here. We're still seeing industry needs connections. So I'm not sure how many road connections I need to build before that message goes away, but we're going to keep trying. And we're up to 115,550, so less than 2,500 to go. Now less than 2,000. So I think things are on the right track here. But it's always good to play it safe, so let's build a little bit more residential here. Just continue this zone that's already laid out. And here as well. We're up to 116,750. So we're getting pretty close. But time is also running out, so but yeah, it looks like I've been recording for just over half an hour. And there it is. I had to click through the victory screen. But yeah, that's Davenport. Pretty easy scenario. The next video, though, is going to be a lot longer. I have something lined up, that's going to take a couple weeks, I think. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, thanks for watching.